Hey, what's up guys? BoomTitanium here, and today I'm going to be doing a video on how to get the most loot when you're raiding. So, a lot of people wonder, how do you get so much loot, man? Because when you look at my attack here, let's take a look and see what my attack log is. As you can see, I always get a really good amount of loot. I mean, sometimes I kind of screw off and I don't get much, but the reason why is because I was going specifically for Dark Elixir, like you see there. But I always get good amounts of loot for my raids, and I never really use anything besides barbarians and archers. Sometimes I'll mix in some bomb guys, and some lightning spells, and every once in a while I'll throw in a couple of giants here and there, but mostly it's barbarians and archers, and I can get a lot of loot doing that. So I wanted to share with you guys exactly how I go about doing that. So there's a couple of things. If you notice, my barbarians and archers are always around the same amount. When I train them, I always train them about equally. As you can see here, I have this dragon here, but that's not a normal troop. I won't even use him really. That is just something that I made while I was doing a clan war with my clanmates, and he's just an extra one that came out of that. But I always train barbarians and archers pretty equally. Here you'll see I have a few more barbarians than I have archers, but that's okay because the barbarians are going to be cannon fodder. I'm trying to use them to keep my archers out of harm's way because they can shoot over the wall. So about this ratio that you see here is going to be okay. So you want to train about that much, maybe 75 archers and 125 barbarians is a pretty good mix, and that's what I try to shoot for. If I didn't have that silly dragon there, then I would definitely have 75 archers and 125 barbarians. So I'm going to show you guys a couple of raids, some recent ones, where I did really well. So let's take a look at this recent one right here. I attacked Nico BG. We'll go ahead and replay that. And I'll show you what it was about this base that made me want to attack it. As you can see here, he's got all of his collectors nice and full. So I definitely wanted to attack him just based on that, because he was going to have a lot of loot in his collectors on the outside. When it comes to barbarians and archers, you really want to make sure that you're doing that. Because, I mean, look at this. I mean, they are just getting loads of elixir out of that collector, and just the gold is just flying out, man. I mean, that's what you want to achieve when you're doing this. You want to make sure that you're picking a base where somebody has nice full collectors. Maybe they've been inactive for a little while. Maybe they just haven't logged in a couple of days. But as you can see here, all of those are nice and full. And another thing that you notice is that the storages are just about empty. Now, sometimes that can be not a good indicator of how much. It depends on how high level these storages are. Now, as you can see here, these are max level storages. So I know that the fact that those are pretty empty, then that means that, you know, most of the loot is going to be in the collectors. But you want to look at the combination of the two. Do the storages look empty, and are the collectors looking full? And as you can see here, that collector is really full. So is that one right there. They're both really full. And even this Dark Elixir collector is full. You can see that little box right there, and you can see how it's giving me a lot of Dark Elixir. So you can see that my barbarians and archers just did total destruction on all of those collectors, and I really got a heck of a lot of loot for barely even using any resources to create this army. And then after I've collected all the loot, I still have troops left because I strategically placed them. And now I'm just going to pick up the last few buildings right here and go for the win. So you see, I set the barbarians out first, and then follow them up with the archers. And that's what you want, because you want your cannons to aggro the barbarians and not the archers. The barbarians have a lot more hit points than the archers, and then the archers have that range. So just be a little bit tactical about that. And you can see here, I got the 50% destruction, so the 1 star, didn't lose any trophies, got about 180k of each resource, and 120 Dark Elixir to boot. That is a very successful raid. So I'm going to go back, and we're going to do a live one real quick here for you guys. So the biggest thing when you're doing these raids is you want to be patient. it's better to have one quality raid in 10 minutes than to get 5 really crappy raids in the same amount of time. And that's my whole idea behind what I do. So I'm going to go ahead and find a match here really quick. And sometimes you'll click through like 50 times before you find a good one. But I can figure out really quickly if the base is worth attacking. The first thing you want to look at is the loot. How much loot does the base have? This base has no loot, so we're just going to move on. Alright, let's see. Now this base doesn't have that much loot either, so we're going to move on. I want to find one that has 100k of each at least. And then beyond that, I want to find one that not only has 100k of each at least, but I also want to find one that has a decent amount of elixir and gold inside the collectors. I wouldn't even attack this one if they had 200k elixir, because you can see there, that collector is absolutely empty. There's nothing in there. It's all in the storages, so not worth attacking with a BArch attack. So we're going to keep moving. Okay guys, so this is going to be a really fun base to attack. Now, if you look at the amount of loot that I'm going to be able to get from here, not only does he have a lot in his collectors, but he also has a lot in his storages. So I'm going to take a gamble on this one. Also, because he has his town hall baited on the outside, it's going to be pretty easy to get a win. So I won't really lose anything by doing this. So let's go ahead and jump right in. So what you want to do is you want to set your barbarians down first to aggro any defensive structure. So we'll do that. We'll set these down to aggro, and that king is right there. So he's just going to ignore these archers that are going to take him out. As you can see here, I'm getting massive amount of elixir right off the back. Their king is down, and we're going to send some barbarians down here to aggro that cannon. All my archers are going to go down here and try to do work on these guys right here. Now before I run out, I want to go ahead and I want to set out some, just to secure the win here. I'm going to go over here and go after this stuff right here. Now obviously I'm not going to get all of this loot here, but I'm going to get a decent amount and definitely make it worth my time. And I'm also going to get the win, which is also very important. Alright. So another little neat trick that you can do is, see now, in this case, I'm kind of glad that I have this dragon here, because I'm going to send this dragon down to go do some work for me. And I'm going to send these guys down here. I want as much of this as possible. So you see how I'm purposely targeting these structures right here. And guys, this is one of those moments where you really wish that you had a much better army just to get all of this loot. But it's okay because you end up getting a lot of loot anyways. Now, let's see. I got 36 barbarians. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to set all 36 of them down right here. Maybe hopefully we can break through that wall there. Go after some of that. Most likely not, but we'll give it a shot. We'll see what we can do. Yeah, it looks like we've broken through, and we're going to end up getting bulk of that elixir right there. That was about 30,000 elixir right there. And as you can see, even though we didn't get all of it, it was a very, very successful raid. We got 200,000 plus gold. We almost got 200,000 elixir, got 120 dark elixir, and still got the 4 stars with our 8,000 of each bonus. That makes for a very successful raid, and that's pretty much what you want to do.
Hey guys, I hope you liked the video. Thanks for watching. go ahead and click on that little teeny tiny like button. I'd really appreciate that. Also, subscribe to my channel so we can keep in touch. If you have any suggestions, put them in the comment section below, especially if it has to do for any requests for other videos you'd like me to do. And take a minute to visit my website at www.apexgateway.com. I'll make sure I put the link in the description. Thanks again. Make sure you have an awesome day.